Hello, I'm Julian Bright of Informer. We're here at the LTE World Summit in Berlin, and I'm with Takehiro Nakamura, a director of NTT DoCoMo. Hello.
Hello.
Could you just briefly outline NTT DoCoMo's plans for deployment of LTE? When do you plan to roll out the network?
Okay. We have already started the development of the LTE commercial system, and we have already selected manufacturers for the network side and terminal, and we now plan to launch the commercial LTE system by 2010. That's our current rough plan. Yeah.
What do you see as the benefits of LTE? What does it bring to DoCoMo that would really benefit your business?
Yeah, of course, more capacity, more attractive user throughput. That's a very important aspect. And of course, we had alternatives to use the existing system, HSPA.
Yeah.
But around 4 years ago, we proposed our concept, so-called Super 3G. And that concept is we saw that more evolution, big improvement of our mobile communication system will be needed in the future, near future.
Yeah.
And existing system, HSPA-based evolution, maybe a performance improvement will be limited, and other new access techniques should be introduced to improve our system for the future as a long-term manner. And we decided to introduce the so-called Super 3G concept, and that was proposed in the 3GPP, and successfully that was accepted as a LTE long-term evolution. And we see that using LTE, more capacity, more improved user throughput can be achieved, and a very short latency can be achieved. That's a very important aspect for our future commercial system improvement.
Yeah. So does this mean you will be introducing LTE rather than developing HSPA technology further?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
And how confident are you about the readiness of LTE technology? Is it ready for commercial deployment? Will it be ready when DoCoMo is looking to deploy?
Yeah, I think current 3GPP specification is almost stable. Mm-hmm. And main concerns are testing for the interoperability. Mm-hmm. And still 3GPP has aggressively working to specify the test specifications, and also industry very aggressive to do the testing between the manufacturers like LSTI activities. So I'm confident for the LTE introduction in the future compared with 3G introduction case.
Yes.
Yes, so, yeah.
One of the issues with 3G was the availability of devices.
Yeah.
Do you think LTE will be better prepared? Will device manufacturers have products available early enough, do you think?
I think around 2010, of course, some manufacturers can provide their products at the time, but maybe functionality will be limited. Maybe a data card or such kind of terminal type will be released, not the handset type. Yeah. But it is important to start the IoT services using the such kind of card type or data-centric terminal. That's important, I think. Yeah.
Does DoCoMo view LTE as purely a data service, or do you see it as a voice service as well, or will voice follow at a later date?
Yeah, of course, should be both. And especially Japanese market, a data card type terminal is not so popular, unfortunately. Yeah. So we would like to have a handset type terminal, LTE terminal, should be provided in the market as soon as possible. That's our hope. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, and you're working with all of the various parties. What about the ecosystem, the wider ecosystem for LTE? How is DoCoMo preparing for that?
Actually, I'm not so familiar to that area, but of course, our development guides are discussing with many manufacturers, and they discuss about that point, of course, from our deployment cost point of view and some other aspect point of view, maybe. Yeah.
I was thinking traditionally you've worked very closely with application developers. You've created environment in your networks for applications to be developed and pushed out into the network. Is that an important part of LTE if it is to succeed?
Yeah, of course. Such kind of application level services should be developed considering the LTE actual performance. Yeah, that is still under discussion in my company. Yeah.
Yes. There has been some concern at this conference about discussion of peak data rates and a worry, I think, that these may create expectations that are higher than LTE can offer. Do you share that view, and are you being rather cautious about your predictions for the performance of the network?
Yeah, I think a high peak data rate itself is not so bad. Yeah. Because in the future, especially indoor solution is more important deployment scenario.
Yeah.
And the indoor case, radio condition is relatively good, and the numbers of users are small. In that sense, users can have an experience to have a very high throughput. That will be very good for users. So I think high peak data rate should be implemented in this specification, and also terminal as soon as possible.
Yes, yes. And your which spectrum bands are you deploying in Japan?
Yeah, that's a very tough situation in Japan. We will not have 2.6 gigahertz band like Europe case. So we at the beginning we have to use the existing spectrum band, and currently we plan to use 2.1 gigahertz band core bands.
Yes, yes.
But we have not have a much spectrum band in the 2.1 that is already used for the 3G system.
Yeah.
So at the beginning only the 5 megahertz band width in the 2 gigahertz band will be used.
Yes.
And in near future 1.5 gigahertz band will be allocated. That is under discussion in Japan, but
yes.
we hope to use the 1.5 gigahertz band also for the LTE.
I see. And what about femtocells, which a lot of operators are considering as a means to deliver indoor coverage, for example? Is that something that DoCoMo is looking at?
Yeah, actually, we have already introduced the femtocell for UMTS 3G system already. And even in the LTE, of course, we see that the importance of femtocell is existing and maybe much higher for the LTE case. So at this moment, we cannot say about anything our deployment plan or development plan on the femtocell, but we are very interested in the femtocell also in the LTE. Yes.
Yeah. Would you say you will roll out LTE rapidly, or will it initially be a hotspot technology, or will you quickly roll out the network countrywide?
Compared with the 3G introduction case, that should be slow because we will introduce dual mode terminal between the UMTS 3G and the LTE.
Yes.
And also LTE coverage will be overlaid with 3G coverage. So in that sense, we do not need to hurry the extension of the LTE coverage. But of course, it depends on the market needs.
Yes.
And some kind of economical situation or something. So we consider such kind of aspect, and we will decide speed to expand the LTE coverage.
Okay, Mr. Nakamura, thank you very much.
You're welcome.